Chapter 1, The Forest of Slumber. As nightfall descended, the deep forest breathed quietly. This forest, known as the Forest of Slumber, was a place where dreamlike spirits dwelled. Here, the boundary between day and night was hazy, and stars shimmered as if flowing between the trees. One night, a large meteor streaked across the sky. When its light reached the Forest of Slumber, a small spirit awoke. His name was Nuts. With his tiny body and glowing wings, Nuts was a kind-hearted spirit. His mission was to bring beautiful dreams to those who slept. Receiving the meteor's light, Nuts flew into the depths of the forest. There he found the Dream Spring, whose waters had the power to materialize dreams. However, recently, the Dream Spring had begun to dry up, and it had become increasingly difficult for dreams to be born. Standing before the Dream Spring, Nuts gazed at the starry sky reflected on the water's surface. "Why has it become so dry?" he murmured. At that moment, a breeze blew, carrying the scent of an old forest spirit, Lumina. "Lumina," Nuts called out. Lumina, the sage of the forest, with long white hair and glowing eyes, appeared gracefully and looked down at Nuts with a gentle smile. "Nuts, it's good to see you. You're worried about the spring, aren't you?" Nuts nodded and pointed out the dry state of the spring. "How can we restore the spring?" Lumina smiled warmly and looked up at the sky. "The spring has dried up because the power to show dreams has weakened. If we can bring happiness to people through dreams, the spring's power will return." Determined, Nuts decided to embark on an adventure to spread happiness in dreams. Chapter 2, Encounters in the Dream World. Nuts set off, visiting various dream worlds. The first place he arrived at was the City of Stars. There, star spirits created dream constellations and watched over people's slumber. Nuts descended into the city and met Astra, a star spirit. "Hello, Astra. I'm Nuts. The Dream Spring has dried up, and I came here hoping to borrow your power." Astra, with eyes that sparkled like the stars, considered this for a moment before nodding. "You need our constellation's power. Let's create a special constellation to show dreams." Nuts assisted Astra in crafting the constellations. Astra meticulously arranged each constellation, imbuing them with the power of dreams. As these constellations floated in the sky, hope and happiness spread through people's dreams. Next, Nuts visited the Kingdom of Wind, where wind spirits controlled dream winds to soothe people's slumber. Nuts met Zephyr, a wind spirit, and asked for help to restore the spring. Zephyr, after some thought, said while gently manipulating the wind, "Our wind can be used to bring happiness into dreams. Let's help deliver hope through dreams." Nuts learned how to use the wind to carry dreams with Zephyr's help, spreading happy dreams as they traveled through the dream worlds. Chapter 3, The Return of Dreams. As Nuts' adventure continued, he encountered many dream spirits in various places and gained their cooperation to restore the power of dreams. His encounters with the City of Stars, the Kingdom of Wind, and the Lake Spirits fostered deep gratitude in Nuts. The results began to show when Nuts returned to the Forest of Slumber. New constellations floated around the spring. The wind gently blew, and the lake's waters regained their sparkle. When the spring's waters began to flow again, Nuts was deeply moved by its beauty. Lumina appeared and smiled at Nuts. "Well done, Nuts. It's thanks to your efforts and the cooperation of the other spirits that the spring's power has returned." Nuts bowed to Lumina, filled with gratitude. "It's thanks to everyone. I couldn't have done anything alone." Lumina gently patted Nuts' head. "Let's continue to cherish the power of dreams. And remember to always bring happy dreams to everyone who visits. the Forest of Slumber. Chapter 4. A New Dawn. As dawn broke, the Forest of Slumber regained its vitality. The spring's waters flowed abundantly, and the stars beautifully adorned the night sky. Nuts felt a deep sense of satisfaction as he gazed upon this scene. He decided to return to his work with the dream spirits, delivering beautiful dreams to those entering slumber. Nuts' heart was deeply marked by the bonds formed through his adventures and his sense of duty to bring happiness through dreams. As nightfall descended once again, Nuts took to the sky, looking up at the stars, and set off for another journey through the dream world. His journey was far from over, and the stories of the spirits living in the Forest of Slumber continued. In this ongoing journey, Nuts would forever travel to bring hope and happiness to every heart.